We have rain chances on Wednesday and on Wednesday night. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, you can see all is quiet across the deep south. As we slide in a little bit closer, we can see some rain in Chicago and just to the north and west of St. Louis. And you can track all of it because the rain that's in St. Louis and Chicago, it's not coming here. No, you didn't hear that? Oh, I didn't get that memo. Yeah, it's not coming here. What we're going to be getting is some rain that's going to be developing in places like Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, hadn't even formed yet, which you can track very easily using the Captain Accurate Weather app. You get local traffic reports on the app with Pete Michaels Traffic, but it's free at the App Store and Google Play. Hopefully, I'd encourage you to download it today. All the rain you see to the north and west will be continuing to move north and east. But meanwhile, the radar all is quiet with increasing clouds expected tonight. Almanac 77 was our high temperature today. What was my forecast? It was for 77. Of course, a hole in one. 74 for the normal high and record high 86 from 1954. We hit 77 in Athens and Tellico Plains. It was only 76 in Oak Ridge, 74 Kingston, 73 today's high in Morristown. But there were some 80s. To the west, 81 Nashville, 80 in Jackson, 80 in Memphis, and yes, it's possible. It's conceivable we could hit 80 tomorrow. It's possible. We'll see how things play out, but again, it's going to be predicated on the rain, the clouds, and the wind, which will be gusting around 30 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. But we hit 77 today. Meanwhile, let's take a look at two slides. Future rainfall. These are two different models. They really don't mean much in the sense that it's not gospel. It's not like we're going to get exactly that many drops here and exactly this many drops there, but it is guidance. It gives us a good idea, and it suggests there's like a dry slot maybe in the valley. 9/100 of an inch. Are you kidding me? We've only had 6/100 of an inch of rain. That fell on the 1st of October, but this would suggest maybe a quarter inch west of I-75. Best chance maybe there, maybe closing in on a ½ inch in Oneida, Jamestown, and Crossville. That's one model. Let me show you another one. Again, they mean nothing to anyone necessarily in the weather world, but this would suggest the same type of situation, although it drops maybe a tenth of an inch in Knoxville. Oh, well, that's generous. Oh, yeah, it's a dry month usually, but the heavier rains, nearly an inch on this model, occurs around Jamestown and Oneida with 9/10 of an inch, a little more than a ½ inch by this model's account in Crossville, as well as, say, Athens and Tellico Plains, maybe an inch and a quarter. Wow. But again, it looks like it skips a beat here. It's possible it could skip a beat where you don't get enough. You'll not necessarily be satisfied. Your thirst will not be quenched, perhaps as you might want it to. October, 2.81, that's the average amount of rainfall we usually see this time of year, given the last 30 years. Go Vols, big game this weekend. Looks like it's going to be warmer for the big game. 3:30 Saturday, Neyland Stadium. Of course, the winds may play a role in this as well. They may begin to increase. There is the expectation now that we'll be not around 74, but probably closer to 78 for kickoff. That's a big difference. 4 degrees. That's the trend today. Halftime about 76, and then 68 fourth quarter. Some of the models want to bring it in late Saturday night, but I think the best chance of rain will come back on Sunday proper. And Sunday proper means it won't necessarily be an issue if you're headed to the Tennessee game. We'll see how it goes, but that's my expectation at this point. Headlines, Wednesday night, showers, storms develop. We'll talk about the severe threat, mainly west of I-75 as it appears now. And then we'll go from early clouds, probably to about 10 or 11, to sunshine for the rest of Thursday. I mean, it's like, voila, suddenly blue sky will emerge on Thursday afternoon. Now, I want to show you some of the damage reports because we're still getting them around the country, even though we've had blue sky and some high thin clouds. Doesn't mean weather takes a vacation. Maybe it did. But all these circles up to the top here, looks like Porcupine. Is that a town? Apparently in South Dakota. There's a city called Porcupine. 5 miles northeast of Porcupine. They had a 51-mile-an-hour gust. So lots of strong winds up here. 56, 51, 51. Maybe north of Denver, they had Wyoming. They had a 61-mile-an-hour gust. So some winds were certainly gusty up here, but nothing expected here except maybe a 30-mile-an-hour gust, I think, tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center has modified their expectation, not so much tonight and now through 8 o'clock tomorrow, because this is their map. They've put the best chance for severe weather in dark green between Wichita, Kansas City, and Milwaukee, Minneapolis. But nothing going on here tonight. So that is not the issue, nor did we expect it to be. But tomorrow, where they did modify is they pulled it back. What are you talking about? Like they pulled back some of the green to leave Knoxville and mainly persist across the plateau and southeastern sections of Kentucky. Not every part of Kentucky, but let me zoom in and show you what I'm talking about. So the darker green represents where there could emphasis on could, be a strong to severe storm, and would mainly be north and west of Knox County. Now, it could affect Memphis. It could affect Jackson and Nashville if you're traveling. And if I zoom in just a wee bit tighter, you can see it includes Wartburg and Crossville, but it does not include Knoxville, Maryville, or Clinton, or Morristown. Now, we're a light shade of green, which means we could get some run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but the expectation is severe weather, probably going to be west. And you can assume it'll probably be even very warm out there, more humid, as with the heating of the day, some of those storms may be isolated, but that's where the Storm Prediction Center, draws their line. So just be mindful if you're traveling, that may be the best spot. And there could be some tornadoes in Tennessee tomorrow. 2% chance, it's not zero. But you think, oh, come on, it's October. You can't get a tornado in October. Oh, yes, you can, if the conditions are right. And even though it's a small chance, it includes Nashville, it includes Bowling Green, and it includes Jamestown. Oneida, 2% chance. So some of the storms might be a little vigorous, to put it mildly, but we're not expecting tornadoes in the valley, nor the Smokies. Things will just be like a run-of-the-mill thunderstorm. If we get some, maybe it's just spotty rain. Again, when you're only looking at about 1/10 of an inch, there's not a whole lot going to come into town, but we'll look at that here in just a second. By the way, you can track the SPC as they change their outlooks every 6 to 12 hours or so. You can watch it, you can track it on the Captain Accurate Weather app. Now with Pete Michaels traffic, you get the currents, the hourly, daily forecast, plus all the National Weather Service alerts. Storm Prediction Center, their SPC outlooks, day 1 through 3, and the Drought Monitor, which will be coming back out on Thursday morning. Now, the Futurecast shows what's going on up toward Chicago. It's moving up Milwaukee, headed toward Detroit, but look at all the rain. Where did that come from? Came up from Georgia, came up from Alabama, and said, whoa, that's some rain, a couple of showers maybe, passing by around midday, and then it really tries to get organized once this front swings through, voila, and that'll occur in the overnight period, Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Because I mentioned there will be some clouds Thursday morning, and then it'll give way to sunshine. And you say, wow, the blue sky came back, yay! But it won't be necessarily as warm. We'll be near 80 tomorrow, about 73 on Thursday afternoon. So that's the way I see things shaping up. By Friday, that front rolls up toward Boston, and things look quiet again with more sun. So for tonight, down to double nickels. Increasing clouds, not as cool, winds variable, 0 to 5. Then for tonight, we're down to 49. Some of you will be up below 50 in Middlesboro, Crater City, Jonesville, about 56 for places like Kingston, Harriman, Rockwood, as well as Maryville, Alcoa. Sevierville, 53 for you. Around Pigeon Forge, about 53, possibly low 50s for Gatlinburg, and the Smokies, 58 for Tellico Plains, your low temperatures tonight. So that's my expectation for you here. But as far as what's going on tomorrow, here we go. Look for a high at about 78. If we hit 80, wouldn't surprise me. The record high, I believe, is 86, so I don't think we're going to go that one. But 80 degrees certainly is within reach, as we've seen it telegraphed to us today in Memphis, 81 today in Nashville. So warm air certainly is advecting here. 76 in Oak Ridge and Morristown, 75 for Jamestown, 76 for a high tomorrow in La Follette, 69 Middlesboro, a pair of 7s for Athens, 79 for Tellico Plains. Here is your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. I left a 60% chance Wednesday night, because that's when the front's coming through. That'll help initiate a few more showers and storms, possibly near a neighborhood near you. Then we go mostly sunny on Saturday, upper 70s, 78. But then we get cooler, more showers and storms, partly sunny Sunday at 72, mid-60s Monday. And I had to circle the next cold morning where your teeth might be chattering, maybe some frost come Tuesday morning. Cooler sunshine, highs only in the mid-50s. Oh, that seems like a sea change. Oh, we're getting colder. It's getting chillier when you look down at the end of the 7-day forecast, that's for sure. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app. Now with Pete Michaels Traffic, it's free. Go to the App Store, Google Play. Just search 2 words. All you need is Captain Accurate. It'll populate on your phone or iPad. Check it out today. Hopefully you'll have it on your phone and be able to use it in time for the storms that come in tomorrow. My name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.